Okay. Hello, World Wide Web. So you're probably seeing me vlog from the Versys for the first time. Had a very good ride this morning to Krishnagiri. Started at about 6. Amazing weather, although it's starting to get a bit hot now. We are at about 8:30 a.m. and the bike just came back serviced last week, and whatever they have done one hell of a job. It feels amazing. Feels almost like I'm riding a brand new showroom condition bike. And yeah, we just got to take a U-turn back towards Bangalore. I'm riding with another fellow Versys owner who lives quite near to my house. So riding with him for the first time today, and yeah, good ride, good conversations. Had a bit of breakfast and coffee as well. So all in all, a good day's work, I would say. He rides a bit quicker than what I generally tend to do, so trying to keep up with him a little bit, but it's fine. So we are in Krishnagiri right now, which is Tamil Nadu. The other thing too is that my helmet is actually overdue for a change, because it's been about 3 years now and I have extensively used it. In fact, used the hell out of it, and it's taken quite a few falls as well from about seat height. So generally the recommendation is, if the bike falls, you're supposed to change it immediately, because it compromises the structural integrity of the outer shell, and it probably will not be of much use if you happen to take a fall and hit your head on the tarmac. So with that in mind, I want to change my helmet as well. So I was looking at the helmet which is worn by my co-rider, which is rather the fellow rider, Rutvij. So he has a Bell qualifier helmet which has been on my radar for some time now, but there are some new rules in India which have kicked in regarding the certification of helmets that can be sold in India and so on. So I want to get a bit of clarity as to whether I will be penalized for wearing such helmets or whatever it is, and after that I will decide which helmet to buy. So that's on that. What else have I got going on? Yeah, so in my last video I spoke extensively about my experiences on the rental Himalayan, and also the fact that I'm considering buying one, and that decision is still sort of playing in my mind. So I am unfortunately renting the Himalayan, whereas it was supposed to clarify things and make the decision more easier than how it was going earlier, has in fact done the opposite. So I'm now even more confused than before. I definitely see a place for the Himalayan in my collection or kitty of bikes, but having said that, I really love the Versys as well, this one, and I really love the hell out of my Honda CV350 as well. So I don't see myself selling any of these two bikes at all anytime soon, and unfortunately that again puts a question mark on the Himalayan, because I allow myself only two motorcycles as per a sort of a rough internal policy that I have, because typically when I have owned more than two motorcycles in the past, I have seen that it's usually two bikes that I gravitate towards the most, and the other bike or the other bikes tend to get a faster treatment or a step fartherly treatment, which is kind of which bumps me out a little bit. So unfortunately this is where things are getting a bit complicated with the Himalayan. I definitely do see a place for it because the kind of avenues it opens up for me in terms of what I can do on a motorcycle is on a different level altogether. Because in spite of having such a nice bike as this, and in spite of enjoying the highways, ultimately there is a limit to how much you can be on the highway, and if you want to be on some of the inner roads, a bike like the Himalayan is probably better suited for such a situation. Or if I wanted to go up this hill, for instance, using off-road paths, the Himalayan is probably a better advised tool to do that in. So the thought process is still on. I have not yet cancelled my deposit which I have paid for a brand new Himalayan. There is a 4-month waiting period, so I will see how my thoughts and feelings develop towards the Himalayan in these 4 months. And whenever I get the call from the agency that my bike is almost ready to be handed over, I will make up my decision whether I want to take it or not, because it's a refundable deposit, and if I change my mind they'll just give me my money back, so that's a good thing. And with the kind of demand which the Himalayan has, any person will be glad to sort of take it off my hands in that sense. So neither I suffer nor the company suffers, so all's going to be good from that angle. Quite a beautiful brisk little ride this morning. I've really enjoyed it, and it's completely energized me for the rest of the day ahead. I have a very busy day today because in the life of an accountant, a half-year close is quite a big deal, and it has started. The June close, as we say, it has started, and things are going to be quite busy for the next couple of weeks at least. And obviously the weekend lockdown in Bangalore still continues to be in place, so I'm really happy and grateful for having had an opportunity to be on the motorcycle this Friday morning, which is today, right now. So yeah, I slept only for about 3-4 hours yesterday because I logged out late, and I and my riding partner Rutvich, we decided to start out at around 5:45, which is way too early from my standards, but hey, I'm trying to change for the better. And having started that early this morning, I really loved the experience. So hopefully that experience builds a bit of a neural pathway in my brain to incentivize me, or motivate me to start getting up earlier and earlier for the future rides. So that's how habits are formed, and here is to hoping that this is the start of a new early morning riding habit. This is seriously one of the nicest bikes I've owned, the Versys 650. I've got a small magnetic tank bag right here from one of my favorite Indian luggage makers, Viaterra, whose products I really happen to love. They and Rhinox are probably on par with the quality of their products, and one really couldn't go wrong with either of these two companies whenever you decide to buy any of their products. So this is a smallish size magnetic tank bag. It's just about enough to keep my mobile and my wallet and a small water bottle if I want, and this GoPro camera and the mic system and whatever little odds and sods that I want to carry. So this tank bag is perfect for those things. Of course, I have a much larger tank bag as well, which actually is not a magnetic tank bag. It actually works with a system of straps. But between that and this, I think I am pretty much sorted. So depending on where and how long I'm riding for, I have the choice to either select this tank bag or the bigger tank bag. So that's on that. I have a 52 liter top box at the back. That's the Jivi TRK52, which I got from Bike and Biker in Bangalore. They are pretty much the sole selling agents for Jivi in Bangalore, as far as I know. And of course, anybody who's used Jivi products before knows how high quality and long lived their products generally tend to be. So I'm hoping this one doesn't give me a chance to have an experience otherwise. So I am at about 100 now, but I can hardly make out that I am at 100 kilometers per hour. It just feels like I am at about 60 or 70. That's how well built this bike is. It's built like a battle tank, sticks to the road, and at about 120 right now, and man oh man, the stability. kind of tractability which this bike has, I can pretty much do a range of speeds in the 6th gear. I have personally gone as low as 60 kilometers per hour, and on the upside, although I have and I will never touch those speeds, people have done in excess of 210 kilometers per hour. So that's the kind of torque and tractability in terms of the range which one can do in the 6th gear. So I wish, as a motovlogger, this is what I wish for, okay? I wish I developed the ability to spot interesting things on the road, or at least even for some of the routine, run-of-the-mill, mundane stuff which I happen to have in front of the camera. If I'm able to put an interesting or a witty or a funny spin on it, I think that's probably is what will make it more of an interesting experience for anybody who looks at these videos. And there are some people who are extremely skilled at that sort of a thing. So Royal Jordanian, for example, one of my favorite motovloggers from the UK, he has the penchant to turn some of the most mundane things into something which will actually bring a smile on your face. That's he does that extremely well, and yeah, I think that's the kind of skill I want to focus on learning. So I'm going to try and look at a few of my videos and try and identify opportunities where I could have probably done something similar to what I'm talking about right now, and I'm going to use those learnings for the videos to come down the line. So that's another thing which is running through my mind right now. We have seen a few bikers today on the roads, not a lot, a few bikers we have seen, and yeah, I suppose not everybody probably has the luxury of starting their work late like me. I generally tend to start my work at around 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and then I go on till about midnight, so it gives me a bit of a window in the morning to squeeze in a ride. But not everybody has that luxury or privilege, and maybe that's the reason why. And today is a weekday as well, it's a Friday, so that probably explains why there are so few bikers out and about. Most major restaurants still continue to be sort of shut on the highway. So for example, in Shoolagiri, we generally stop for a South Indian breakfast, and that restaurant, I forget the name, it's right next to McDonald's in Shoolagiri. That restaurant is closed. I think they probably closed it down during lockdown, and they are yet to sort of fully activate, open it full time again. So we missed our breakfast there this morning, and then we had to ride down till Krishnagiri, where there is the Adyar Anand Bhavan, and that's where we had our sort of a micro breakfast, you could say. And that's about it, and just a coffee there, and now we are headed back. I haven't seen Rutvej for a while now, so I think he's probably much ahead of me somewhere. And in a way, I think it's best for both of us, because he gets to ride at a speed which he likes, and I certainly don't want to be rushed into doing speeds which I'm not comfortable with. So in a way, it's for the best, really. okay. The traffic is definitely starting to thicken. I think we are almost about to hit rush hour traffic for the morning office goers, and there is not much to be seen in traffic anyway, so I'll probably be turning the camera off, and I hope this has been of some entertainment, or some or at least it has given you some reason to kill some time watching me ramble on and on during this ride. And yeah, not much else really. Just another day, go back home and get into the buzz of the day, literally. So that's been it. I will speak to all of you very soon in my next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, and have a good rest of the day. Bye bye.